of all ages, whoever's watching, welcome back. We got Boomhire 01, Puddin, T-Call, and what's the other one again? I forgot, man. I'm sorry.
Fat
I'm back.
Patch.
Fat
Yep,
Patch. I'm
Fat
new to
Patch.
this. I gotta get y'all. I gotta get reacquainted with everybody again. Welcome back to Giggity Racing League. We've got round 2 tonight, coming to you live from Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. As if y'all just watched the first race, we had one heck of a race at Pocono, watching that 24 Jeff Gordon edition of RJ Smitty come out on top. We've seen some big name players finish at the back. We've seen some smaller players, back into points finishing, in the top 5. So I'm still so pumped up over the first race I can barely even talk to get started for this second one. So y'all chime
To
in
watch
here.
Kate Taddy go from 7th to 2nd. To watch Jake
In
go
one
from
lap.
in one lap. To watch Jake, a
One
hot
corner.
seat driver, to fall back. To watch Noko, a dominant driver.
Second to last. Oh,
No, he did
Exactly,
finish
Thad.
last.
Yes, I mean, I'm literally walking and pacing around the couch right now because, like you said, my adrenaline makes me jump in there and hit the tall, loud, skinny pedal myself.
Yeah,
And
tonight here
also-
at Canadian Tire, we got 10 corners that we're going through. Starting in the first corner, we got the basic turn 1 to the Clayton corner, down to the Quebec corner. The big sharp corner you're going to see during the race after a big, long, sweeping left-hand turn is going to be called the Moss corner. Down to the Mario Andretti Speedway, down to the S's, and then to the white corner to finish it off back to the checkered.
Which is better known as the Evil Knievel jump corner.
Yes. If
right.
y'all know anything about Canadian Tire, there is that one. It's a U-turn, but it's 290 degrees to make a U-turn. And if you hit that thing wrong, you're going airborne. If you don't get out of the throttle and get into the brake and start downshifting soon enough, it don't matter if it's grass or asphalt, your car will be airborne, or at least on 2 wheels as you're trying to make that right-hand corner. Now remember, NASCAR is all about, they're making another left turn, quoting Jeff Dunham there. We're turning right tonight. These cars are not meant to turn right. These cars are meant to stick the ground and make a solid left. So we all know who, the big players, Noko, Smitty, Taddy, Trout, not leaving anybody out, but just the big names up there in the points and everything. But if you had to pick an underdog for this race, being, that's where most of your underdog wins come at either super speedways or at road courses. So if you had to pick an underdog, who you going with tonight?
I can't say any because Giggity Racing League Elite,
There is
there
no
isn't
underdog.
an underdog. There is no underdog, But I do think that we will be talking about something tonight. If you get close to another car, your instincts are going to want to drive harder. I believe these 2 words are going to be brought up at once. Wheel hop.
Yes.
You're not going to want to wheel hop that corner. You're not going to want to downshift before you hit the brakes. So, but there isn't an underdog tonight. I hate to say that, and I wish I could give you a name, but wheel hop, braking, strategy again, get upset, don't worry about it. We got stagers on. We've got 10 corners, mile and a half, mile and 3/4 of almost 2 miles actually of road course racing. Like you said, we're turning right. Fat, Clay, Boomhauer. Even more exciting than what we just saw at Pocono. I'm going to say yes.
I think the guy tonight's going to be to watch is going to be Jake, especially after the way he was putting his nose in there on the first race. It's going to be good to see how these guys handle him racing with them on this Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
That.
I think he still got his headset down. But honestly, everybody wants to win the crown jewels. Everybody wants to win the Daytonas, the Bristols, the Charlottes, the Talladegas, the Darlingtons, the Martinsville, Indianapolis, the crown jewel races. Everybody, they all want their names on those trophies. But honestly, I gotta say, I think road course racing brings out the best. It's tighter. You've got more, as we was talking about Pocono, the technicality of it. Road courses, your car is very, very technical. You can't just throw a basic setup in there like, most people do for, these basic ovals and stuff like that. You've actually got to set your car up to go left, right, slow down, the speed up. You've got to set for the, the altitude adjustment going uphill and downhill and everything as we welcome K Taddy into the party.
Looks
Alrighty.
like we do have the qualifications from it. Looks like
Yeah,
NOCO is
Jake-
on the.
Jake is
NOCO
on
on
the
front.
pole. No. Jake has the fastest lap. Oh, is it? Oh, I'm not sure. I saw Jake with the fastest lap. RJ with the second. I'm not
Alright.
sure if that's their running order, but that's their lap times and who was the
Oh
fastest.
crap! Somebody gonna have to send me another invite. I joined too soon. I backed out, so I won't get caught in the race, thankfully.
There's so many variables that can come into a road course. Me personally, I love road course racing. Ask T Clay, ask Fat. I've raced with them quite a bit. I'm proficient at the 1.5 and 2 mile tracks, but I don't feel like I'm a quote unquote force to be reckoned with at road courses. But I'm definitely going to let you know that I'm there, and that could be the circumstance tonight for a lot of these drivers.
All right. Is it safe to join?
I'm not sure. I'm waiting on the.
My invite's gone.
Except now. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I'm in. Let's see here. It
And here
looks
we
like
go, ladies and
Jake is
gentlemen
on the
out
lead.
there.
Jake.
Go ahead.
Then Smitty.
Send us an invite, Fat Patch. Or I can join right here. I guess.
Then NOCO, Wicked Gatekeeper. Trout rounds up the top 5. We've got Buck in 6th. RKM, the leader of the Canuck race team, in 7th. We've got Etho in 8th. Checkmate Taylor in 9th. K Taddy in 10th. And Go With The Flow in 11th. So let's get live to Canada.
At No Sport, everybody.
And honestly, there is if one person wants to win this race tonight, I know who it is. And it's not NOCO. It's not Jake. It's not Trout. It's not Taddy. It's not Buck. If one person wants to win this race tonight, it's going to be that bad man, Ryan Morgan, a.k.a. RKM. This is his home track. He is one of the Canucks. He's from Canada. If anybody's going to want to do it tonight, it's going to be him.
And I see that I just jumped in. I see it's a battle going on right here between Jake and RJ again, just like we saw at Pocono Raceway. And we see the one car sneaking in here, trying to fight for third place.
He's in that orange car.
Oh, look at that. NOCO with the car with a color change, but he's doing that beautiful orange. Yeah, I love orange. Orange is my favorite color. It's my superstitious color when I was racing myself. As we go into Evel Knievel, here we go. NOCO's taking a dive. Jake's right there on the outside.
And
now,
here
for
comes
road racers
NOCO.
out there, you want to be able to diamond this corner. You don't want to ride those red lines. You want to diamond that corner.
Yeah, Taddy with a bold move.
NOCO is trying to peace out with Jake right back on him there, Fat Clay. Boomhauer.
Didn't exactly work for him, but...
Hey, you see NOCO here with a nice lead going into this, on this roundabout is what I call it.
Yes, you've got
the grass.
Especially in these cup cars now, usually the trucks run this.
You have more horsepower, less weight. You got to
Yes.
take that into consideration. Your shift
You have to slow down a lot, as we see NOCO catch the grass, and here comes Jake goes around him.
Jake was
Yes,
Oh,
he's
it looked like Jake was up on 2 wheels there. He was trying to do the bicycle. NOCO's on that outside, keeping it, but yanks it back inside. Fat,
Hey,
which
guys
one of
in
your
the booth?
Yep.
Oh, RJ got real loose there up on 2 wheels.
We
almost
get
lost.
confirmation that they are not running strict yellows?
Yes, confirmation.
Correct, yes.
We are not running strict yellows here as much as we had cautions. As much as it saves people from getting in trouble, it also makes for some aggravating racing as well. I've been a part of it as we see them going into Evel Knievel again. Looks like NOCO and Jake both get a little bit wide.
Jake gets way wide. Here we come.
NOCO's on the inside. Here they come. Fat,
But
what's one of
they're
your
running-
favorite portions of this track, Fat? There's so many courses. If you had to break it down to 3 sectors like a Formula One driver, what would be your favorite sector per se?
Me personally, I'm not real familiar with this track too much. I've raced here a couple times. I mean, I just kind of run
My
this track without
favorite is the
wrecking my
corner
car.
they're in now.
Yeah, that's probably the long S right here.
RJ's
is
gonna
one of my
get into
easier spots
Jake
here.
there. There's
Turn one
something
would be
about
my
road
cleanest.
courses, man. I
Turn
love it.
one's my cleanest turn here. That's
Turn one's one of my worst.
You got to be careful not to. You want to cut that
Oh,
corner.
if you said
it's a
37 get
spins
around.
But you want to not hit that wall, and that's what we were just getting ready to talk about right there.
And them rumble
You don't want to
strips.
touch that. Yeah, you do not want to touch that. And those rumble strips, man, they will kick you out like an ex-girlfriend. You do not want to touch those. But it's not always the fastest line inside. As a road racer knows, there's an apex. You want to dive it in a little bit, roll it up, and then roll it back out. Especially in that Evel Knievel corner, you want to go as high as you can, not let somebody to the inside, but you don't want to be on the rumble strip as we see that's where they're at now, Boomhauer.
Yep. As
Yeah,
you
we got a
see.
good lead going for the front right here. Noco's still out front, and that orange #1 monster car. Different
Well,
paint scheme than we
it
seen
is-
run earlier today at Pocono.
Not only is it confirmed that they're running relaxed cautions, but also I'm not sure if y'all noticed, the last race they did not have damage on. Now, if you will look at Checkmate Taylor and that number 9 Hooters car, you can definitely tell damage is on this race.
Not a big aero track, but it will definitely affect those left and right hand corners, which you were talking about earlier, Boomhauer.
As also, Taddy's car looks like the front end of that 20 DeWalt Toyota is tore all to pieces as well. So as we can already see, a lot of beating and banging as we see Noco and Jake still battling out for the lead as Noco gets wide, and here comes Jake on the inside. But Noco's
Yeah,
got
Jake
that
seems
line.
to have a strong car tonight, keeping up with Noco.
Oh,
Looks like they're
he's-
going back and forth
here he
here as they try to
goes.
go cut back.
This is going to be a
back
fun
and forth
battle.
to the inside and
'cause
outside of this. These S is going through the Canadian Motorsport Park here.
T. Clay, Fat, I'm just going to let you know that for our race tonight, I'm so amped up. You guys probably just should get out of my way because I'm excited watching this stuff. This is incredible.
Oh,
no,
Noco dives down. I think
oh,
that's right here.
it's
Going on the
Smitty.
top. Oh,
Yes.
got Smitty involved and
Buckling
everyone.
around. Oh, big
That
RJ's
will be a
getting
caution.
bucks around.
RJ. Noco was around.
Well, that's going to be a
Looked right
big
there like
break.
Noco got a little loose out front and caused a wreck for everybody behind him.
It's going to
Jake
be a
did
big
not have
break,
any
though.
Damage, like he was just saying a minute ago, we do have damage on him this race, which
It
is going to
gives them
cause
a
some of these
chance.
guys up front to pit. And
It
these,
gives them a chance to fix their damage, but also I'm not sure if you've seen it. I'm not sure if something happened in the last few corners of the track, but RKM was on pit road a while ago. I'm not sure if that was a little bit of strategy or if maybe he just wasn't able to make that corner, that final left hand before the right hander going back to the start finish line where pit road is, if he messed that corner up or if he did it intentionally. But this will also keep him on the lead lap, and if everybody pits, he should be in good position.
This is one of those tracks, man. I'm just telling you, there's so
It's
many
fun.
opportunities, and it's fun. That's the fun part about it. I mean, you could get wrecked and still be upset, but then chuckle at the end of it. You know,
Canadian
There's some of these
Tire and Watkins Glen, I gotta say, are the two funnest road courses on this game.
any day of the week, if you guys would like to take old Pud 98F, I'm up to invites. I will accept
Yes.
any challenge on these two tracks any day of the week. I will run a 100% race, cautions off, damage on with you guys here because I love
With
this track.
AIs.
Yes, with AIs. I agree. Yes, great racetrack, man. I
As we
can't
see the
get it. I can't
43.
love it.
Oh, and here comes Noco. Getting a little bit of run. It looks like the 43 of Jake's going to hold on to it as they buck coming
Noco
out.
puts his
Noco
nose
puts
in
it
there
in the
and
grass.
slid up in the tire of the
Oh,
track.
Buck gets
big wreck in
sideways
the
coming
back.
out.
Big wreck in the back. Nah, that will not pull out a caution. I don't believe. And no caution on that. Wow.
Nope, it was a
We're
solo
back-
car. Only one car got
Yep, we're under
spun.
relaxed cautions.
Yep. But that did some damage to the front end of that 37 of Trout's racing machine. That tide, it looks like he's going to need more than laundry detergent to fix that.
I love this.
Oh, as
S-corners. These
RKM
S-corners
misses
right
his
here.
corner. Oh,
The fastest
go,
portion
Jake.
about a road course is not necessarily your straightaways, Clay and that boom. It's not the fastest way around a road course is obviously the corners, and we're seeing some of that done. The leaders are up front. Some of these guys are trying to hit those rebel strips, and you just talked about it. They will spit you out like bad tobacco.
Yes.
Oh yeah, watching Noco right there. I believe I just saw him running on 2 tires going in that second turn on the after the finish line. He got that car about sideways. Jake right on his rear end. They're really driving these cars deep into the corners.
I
See if they
gotta
can hold this
say,
for a couple
gotta
of
give
laps.
credit to Wicked Gatekeeper and go with the flow up here, running 3rd and 4th right now. We're seeing them struggle a little
that
bit.
11 car bump. RJ Smitty.
Oh,
The
and
Evil
Flo
Knievel.
will have none of it. Says, get out of my way. This is my position.
Yes, he does. Frustrations will run. Possibly,
Yes.
we heard post race at Pocono there was a little frustration. Want to bring out the upsetness in somebody? Bring them to a road course. That 11's hard on the inside of RJ Smitty. RJ Smitty's pulling that left turner going into the
But
make
he's
that
got
right
the preferred
straightaway.
line going into the
That's
front
true.
stretch right here. He's
Yep,
got the
and that,
inside. Oh, as he gets a little bit loose and catches the inside wall.
I would see Jake up front in the
Oh,
one
he's
position
pulling away,
here,
ain't he?
Pulling away. Yeah, he's pulling away from Noco. It looks like he finally got past him and said, "We'll see you." Yeah, now we saw he had the fastest lap here going into this race, so we'll see.
He started on the pole, and that's a good way to start your first night of running with the Elite Cup. You did a heck of a job at Pocono running with the Super Speedway, but now you're on the road course. Super Speedways are easy. Stay in the draft. You stay next to somebody, stay in front and behind somebody, you've got a chance to win. That's all there is to it. The road
Yeah, I believe
courses
Jake's got a car
are
to look
different.
at tonight here. He seems to be pulling a little lead on Noco now.
You
He's
catch
coming
the
to
grass
backstretch going,
or the rumble strip the wrong way, it spits you out. There's no caution. It can totally ruin your stage. And if it's in the 3rd stage, it can totally ruin your race. So for him to be up here leading this, going into this big, wide, arcing curve, that's saying something to be up here leading these road courses.
The 2nd and 3rd place car hit a lot of grass there coming around that one corner.
42 Wicked Gatekeeper running in 3rd. I
That
hope Bubba
thing,
Wallace
this
is
is one
watching
of your-
this right now, because this is probably the only time he gets into victory lane this season. I can tell you that right now. Sorry, I know that was mean, but oh well.
Fat being one of the new commentators, let's give you about 1 lap here. Let's let you call this
Yeah,
next
go
lap,
ahead.
Fat. I want to hear what you say, Fat.
Oh well, hey, I've been jumping around watching a lot of cars here, so I mean I've been watching the back of the field. You know, they're pretty spread out here, so it's tricky to see what kind of strategy can be played here.
Yeah, we got a little battle between the 37 of Trout and the 11 of Flo. What's your input?
We got Kate.
Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say I'm back here watching K Taddy and RKM right now. They got a decent little battle, trying to figure out what position they're in here, but they got a nice little battle. I believe they're toward the back, honestly.
Yep.
yeah, Jake and the 43 car is really pulled away from the 2nd, 3rd positions now. Coming back here towards the beginning of the track.
As you know, RKM and Teddy are good friends. To see them sitting here battling side by
Oh,
side.
43 car leaders
Caddy
wrecking.
sideways.
Oh, 43
Leader
is.
wrecked and Taddy
Yes, he
wrecked.
did. The
No
43
caution,
is.
I don't believe.
Nope, the 43 is
both
no longer in the
single
lead.
Yeah, both single car wrecks.
Noco's going to be out in front in the orange Monster Energy
He
car.
had a
But-
decent save there, though. He didn't lose too much ground on that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
He
No,
was
I
better-
think he's fine. He saved his car. I think he's going to be all right to get back up there. Let's see if he can push back towards the front.
yeah, I'm not
That's
seeing
one of
any
the
damage on it.
advantages. Yeah, that's one of the advantages on road courses here. When you get a decent lead, you know, the little mistakes won't hurt you as bad as a a mile and a half or a speedway.
And just like we talked about earlier, this would be an opportunity you could go to the pit, make an adjustment, get your car fixed, and get right back out
Without
and
losing
not go
laps.
lapped out. Yep, if you were you don't want to do that.
I was going to see Noco get a little bit wide.
He-
Here comes
he
Wicked
was-
Gatekeeper.
You don't want to take Evil Knievel too sharp, but you don't want to quite take it that high, too high either. Sorry, guys. Like I said, that's just an affectionate name for that. Most of us know that's where everybody, when you're with your
Messes up,
buddies,
yeah.
everybody wants to hit that jump with you when you're with your buddy. So that's the only way I'm calling that tonight. NASCAR, I'm going to patent pin like to take advantage of that. My name.
Oh,
and
Noco
we see Noco
into the wall.
Ooh, that
Noco
looked like it
around.
might have hurt.
No caution.
will
That
not
might have
bring
put
out
him
a
out of the
caution.
race right there, boys.
Well, his stage is on. He's going 3rd.
All right, here we go. We got Wicked running up front. We got Jake sitting in second as he gets a little bit swirly
Jake
going
gets
through
in the
here.
wall.
Jake is on a move tonight. He has got something
Yes.
to prove, and I do not agree. I was under the understanding that he might have upset a couple drivers. I didn't see anything last race that he did anything deliberate, and he is just being
on two
wicked
wheels.
fast.
Wow, 2 wheels and sideways coming into that turn. That may just be the broadcast. I'm not sure.
No, I'm pretty sure he might have been on 2 wheels. I've been on 2 wheels a lot coming through that corner right there. It is very, very easy to do.
Oh yeah, I'm
Pee Wee
usually always
Herman on,
on 2 wheels.
on a bicycle there. Yes.
The only thing I don't like about the broadcast view is you can't rotate the car like you would on Heat 3.
I agree.
I
We'll
miss
take
being able to
advantage
do
of-
that.
We'll take advantage with opportunities we
Oh.
have.
Jake dives it in deep here.
Jake's
Yeah.
on
Number
that far
42 of
left-hander.
Wicked. Let's see. There's I'm starting to see a little TK special in them grass clippings there. A lot of tire marks going through those grasses as we get progressively into the race here. Looks like some of the
T-Clay,
guys
you do
may
know
be-
how to take the bus stop and certain corners on road courses.
I believe that was
Guys
the end
are
of
coming
stage
through.
1.
I believe it was.
Puddin', I think your party may be lagging out. You might want to back out and rejoin back to the party chat. Seem to be lagging a little bit. I don't know if the other guys can hear that or not.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
Now that we're under a
Next.
caution here, be a perfect
Yeah.
All right,
opportunity
thanks for
to
your
do
update.
that.
I'll be right back, gentlemen. Sorry.
I'll send you an invite if you can't join.
No,
Yeah,
that
just
was.
do that.
You see that being the end of stage 1. What do you think these boys will do here for adjustments going into the stage 2?
Well, honestly, I'd
Gotcha.
throw a little bit of tape on her, maybe make a little bit. I mean, the only thing you can do is throw the tape on, make a little bit of wedge adjustment, and mess with your tire pressures. But usually, with this being custom setups, being the best of the best, they've already got their stuff set up to where they want it. So I'm not sure what adjustments they're going to be able to make, just other than the fact of how they drive the course. I mean, because as we was talking, everybody drives differently, but other people around you might make you drive differently than you normally would. So you might have to adjust for those. As
There you go,
we
Puddin'.
get
How you feeling? Got
the
your mic
running
going back?
order of stage 1, we got Wicked Gatekeeper, Jake, RJ Smitty, No Code Trout running up the top 5. Go to Flo, Buck, Checkmate Taylor, K Taddy, and RKM
Off to
running
the
up
checker
the top
here.
10.
We're back to the green flag start.
And here comes Jake taking away with that first place, and he is moving.
When it comes to road
Oh,
courses,
Smitty
especially on
catches the wall.
presets,
Couple cars
when it comes
in
to
the wall
preset
there.
settings, I like calling it the ex-girlfriend. I like running my car as loose as possible on a road course. You got to get that car to
No.
rotate through the corners and turn left and right. So
Well-
let's see, being a custom setups, let's see how some of these people. A lot of these corners here are left-handers, but then we got quite a few right-handers. Whereas Watkins Glen is majority right-handers. So again, different setups, different tracks.
Ooh, the 42
Yeah, it
car
looks like
was
now
way
that-
overdriven.
Yeah, he did.
Looks like now that Jake's
Oh,
got a
look
little
at
bit
Teddy
of
coming in
He
there,
plays
jumping the
special.
grass. Oh, he
He's in
caught
the wall.
Buck.
How many of
And
these drivers
caution's
going
out.
to do an evil jump at the end of the race, though?
I don't know. I seen Teddy do it earlier. He said he didn't mean to do it, but we all know how fun it is, so we'll have to see. But as you was talking, though, about, running the car loose here at these road courses, you want to be able to make those turns as easy as possible, which would imply a looser setup to get in the corners better. But you also have to throw in the effect of them being loose coming off of the corners as well. So whenever you get back into the throttle, you've got more of a chance of that rear end kicking out on you. You having to pedal it, get your car going in a straight line, then get full into the throttle, while everybody else is running a little bit of a tighter setup. They don't have to worry about all that. They could just get back in the gas and haul booty while you're back here, playing with your throttle. They've already got 3-4 car length or more lead. So it's
Well, I don't
you
know
live
about
by
you,
it
but
and die
I
by
love
it.
playing with my own throttle. It helps rev me
Yeah,
up a little
yeah.
bit. You know what I'm
But
saying?
like I said,
I
you've
love
got
going
to
fast.
pick your poison, though. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Here
you
we
live
go.
by
This
it and
name
die
we
by
haven't
it.
seen lately in the race. We got
Smitty.
Jay Smitty
RJ
trying to
was
get up in here.
Literally underneath the 43 car right there. That's the first
Yeah,
time I've seen that happen.
it looked like it lifted his tires off the back. I don't know how in the world he was able to hold that
Got a
car.
car through the grass.
Looks
The
like that
11
was the
car.
11 of Go With The Flow. Denny Hamlin better hope he ain't in the grass come Sunday, seeing how I don't think, there is grass at Homestead, ain't there? In the corners.
Here we go, Smitty.
Oh!
Wow.
Look like RKM did the evil Knievel.
Wow, that's
I
not
mean,
supposed to be
for-
going on here at Giggity Racing in the Cup
Wow.
Series.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
that
if
was-
his throttle hung or what happened, but somebody better call the paramedics, the life flight, everything. You better get the chopper out there and get him to the hospital soon.
I don't
That-
know why, but I've got a great
was
suspicion
kinda
a 30-second pit stop and his car will be just fine.
I believe somebody might have got a little temper tantrum there.
I gotta say, this is a good battle up here between Jake and RJ Smitty up here. Well, it was until Jake had one heck of a run coming off of that corner. I just gotta give all these guys props. I mean, they're doing a heck of a job. It's hard enough as it is to set up a car for just your normal super speedway or mile and a half oval, D oval, whatever you want to call it. But to set up a custom setup for a road course, it's a pain in the butt.
If I had one opportunity, Boomhauer, not to cut you off, but I had
Go
one
ahead.
opportunity to be a hot seat driver, it would be here at Watkins Glen.
Watkins
You know what
Glen,
I'm
yes.
saying?
I
This
love
or
Watkins
Watkins Glen.
Glen. That
this
track
is
is
with-
so
this-
fun. The carousel, the bus stop, that big 90-degree corner coming off, into turn one from the start-finish line. I mean, it's fun. I mean, people could say, oh, I suck at road courses. I hate them. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. But once you start racing, you start having a blast. I mean, the way that you can beat and bang and battle next to somebody, run through the grass, jump curbs, and still be able to run, it's just a ton of fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on back here with RKM. He seems to be
All right.
cutting as much corner as he can right now.
Let's get
Went
back
back
here and
through
see
the
him.
grass there on the Evil Knievel jump. Didn't hit the jump fully, but still cut the corner pretty good. I don't know what's going on back here in the rear of the field. If his car's just not doing what he wants it to do, or he's just kind of sitting back in the back saying, you know what, I'm good with being in last. I'll just kind of have a little fun.
Well,
It's
RKM,
kind of hard to resist not to hit the thing. You know what I'm
it
talking
is,
about?
it
Especially-
is,
it's-
yes. It's hard to resist that jump, but also got to give credit to Ryan Morgan. He's one heck of a person. He's a heck of a man. I love him to death. He's almost, everybody in this league is almost like a brother to everybody. He works his butt off during the day, so he don't have a whole lot of time to work with setups and stuff like that. So, I mean, but at the end of the day,
Hey,
you
as
just
long as
wanna-
you're having fun, that's
Yeah,
what this is all about.
that's all
you know?
it is. It's having
It's
fun.
not a big deal
This
if
game,
you're back here in the back, you messing around, ain't no big deal.
Exactly. This game is a getaway. This is a
That's
chance
right.
for us just to get away from life, get away from our personal problems, just to have fun, cut up, carry on with the people that we love and care about, that we know more than some of our own family members. And as long as you're having
and
fun
that's what the
cutting
Giggity
up,
Racing League has to offer.
Yes.
It really does. And if you want to be part of it, like Boomhauer talked about earlier, K-Caddy, RKM, Wicked, Boomhauer himself, if you want to be part of this fun, talented organization and consider the best online league racers, please shout out to us. We'll
yeah, give us
need
a
to help
call.
you get out there.
And
It
I
ain't
gotta
that hard,
say,
man. It's a lot of fun, man. I have more fun doing than I do walking the dogs down the street with the old lady.
And I gotta say, personally, I had to take a little bit of time off. I was going through a rough spot, and the guys here, they didn't criticize me. They didn't say, grow up, be a man, chicken, you know what, seeing how we're not allowed to curse on these broadcasts. I'm watching my language. They simply told me, take your time, do what you gotta do, come back when you're ready.
And that's strength right there.
Last Tuesday, I jumped in the chat party with Taddy, and I'm talking a huge long list. 13 guys were in there, and as soon as I jumped in there, every single one of them hollered at the same time, boom! And just to have that welcome back, it means a lot. Like I said, I had my personal problems that I was going with, and just the support from the guys for them to welcome me back. It's great. I'm glad to be back. I apologize it took so long for me to get back, but it's life. You go through it. You hit that midlife crisis. There's nothing you can do. But everybody here, we might have our differences on the track. We're like any other family. We're going to fuss. We're going to cuss. We're going to beat each other up. But at the end of the day, we still care about you. So if that's what you're looking for, give us a shout out, man. We'd love to have you.
That'd be awesome, yes. And like I said, I have more fun calling these races. Otherwise, it's hard not to jump in there and want to race. But just to watch the
How much of
racing
a
and the
lead do you think that is? That's about what, 4-second lead that Jake's got right now.
I would
I
definitely
can't
say
even
it's
see
that
Noco.
close.
I can barely see Noco and Smitty back there. I see Smitty lurking behind Noco, but I can barely see Noco lurking behind.
I can't
This
see
is
the
crazy.
color, the number car, but the
Yes.
43 is coming up on a yellow lap car. It looks.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say that's probably
RKM.
Yes.
That's RKM.
Now, how hard is RKM going to battle him? Is he going to try to stay on that lead lap, knowing that he's the last one? He'll get
I
that
would
lap
fight
back.
it.
And
Why
there he
fight
goes.
it? You know you're
Yeah.
going to get it back.
Yep, there you go. Well, it depends on how close the next person is. I don't see any cars in front of Jake there, so. And I gotta say, it's
number
crazy.
20 K Taddy's into the wall, sideways on the track. I don't think it's gonna bring out the caution.
Ooh, that car is damaged.
He's got a lot of damage.
Yes, he does. If I may say so, it actually looked like Eric Jones himself is driving that car right now.
Yeah, that DeWalt car he's driving is gonna need some DeWalt tools to fix that thing. That thing is gonna need to go to the garage after that.
And if you all didn't pick up on that,
That
sponsor
thing looks
pitch right there.
terrible.
Sells DeWalt tools.
Yeah, I gotta say, I give DeWalt a lot of credit. The place I work
more
at.
than DeWalt.
Yeah, no kidding. The place I work at in Harriman, Tennessee, Christmas Lumber Company. If anybody's around that area, y'all need trusses built, let us know. I build them myself. We use nothing but DeWalt tools. Chop saws, the drills, grinders, everything that we've got is DeWalt. Even our
Boomhauer, I don't know
heaters
if
for
we
the
can-
winter time.
You're a Ford fan and a DeWalt fan. I'm a Makita and Chevy guy. I don't know if but we can talk about that off the race, offline
Well-
as we come in under. It looks like we're coming to a stage end or a caution
Yes,
right
it
here.
is. I'm assuming that's the stage end. But as you were talking about, yes, I'm a Ford fan. My grandfather had Fords. My mom's got 5 cars sitting in her driveway, and every one of them's Fords. I live and die by that blue oval, but I've got a Chevrolet
Now, are
sitting
they
in my
sitting
driveway.
and driving, or are they sitting
I own a
dead?
Ford, and I'm telling you what, I've had more problems with that than any car I've ever owned in my
Oh
life.
no, my mother actually owns 2 F350 dualies.
See, the good thing I like about Ford is at least they circle the
7.3
problem.
7.3 diesels, best
This
engine
is
ever
the beauty
made.
part about
5 days
racing
a
once
week, don't
again. This is the beauty about racing, the manufacturer's battle. This big old Chevy tattoo bow tie I got tattooed on my forearm. Like I said, that's just a birthmark. I
Like
don't
I
know. Maybe
said,
that's why
I
I like
would-
Chevrolet.
I would
But let's get
rather
back
have
to
a
this Giggity
Ford-
racing league, guys. We got
I
great
would
racing
rather have a
fun.
Ford, but I have a Chevy sitting in my driveway. She does me good getting back and forth to work, so I'm not going to hate on her.
I believe I just got the order here of this second stage.
Yes, we did.
Please,
Hey.
go ahead, Pat. Let
Yep.
us know what that is. We all kind of got a little distracted
Go ahead.
there.
Yeah, go
having
ahead
a
with
good
that
time
order.
with each other. Again, that's
We
part of
have-
the Giggity Racing League.
We have Jake in first, Noco second, we have Trout in third, Go with the Flow fifth, and
alright.
Buck, or Go with the Flow fourth, and Buck in fifth.
Good to see
Now-
K Teddy got his car fixed there, man. I'm telling you what, he put a heck
It looks-
of a wrench in that thing.
Yes, he did. Now
To watch K
here-
Taddy come back through the field, he made a heck of a move at Pocono. Let's see what he can do here at this 10-lap
Oh,
track here.
what
or
happened with
10-turn
Jake?
track here.
He slowed down a lot for that corner, didn't he?
He got bumped by it looked like Flo in that 11 just a little bit.
Now, is the starting order here different than Watkins Glen? Because I know at Watkins Glen, if you're starting first, you're still on the left-hand side. Here, if you're starting first, are you on the right-hand side or are you on the left-hand
I
side?
believe you're on the left.
And
if
that's
you're
one
still
thing
on the
that I think
left-
that they should update with this game. If you are the lead, you should
You
not
should
only
be
be
able-
able to go to the pit.
lane
You
choice.
should go in. Yeah, you should be able to pick your lane choice amongst your tire pressure and wedge adjustments. That's one
Yes.
thing. But again, that's something else that we can consider. But
As
that's something I
Trout
think.
takes the lead. All right, he's looking to go fishing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can catch something.
He looks like he's pulling a couple cars right there on Flo and Noco.
I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
still
what, just
following
watching
Jake.
this race shows you how hard this track can be with the
Yes.
top 10 drivers. And you see dirt flying, you see people rubbing, you see people on 2 wheels. These guys are going as fast as they can, and right there as Noco gets sideways, looks like he's straightening it out. But these guys are, man, they're pushing these cars to the limits. You know, every turn we go around, It's
Big
sideways.
contact between Brett.
Don't know what's going to happen.
I wonder.
All these guys are fast.
Did NoCo take 2 tires to get the
11
lead?
car
Oh, as the
around, 11 car in
flow
the wall.
spins.
Big wreck.
Got
Big
heavy
wreck.
damage.
Big
Heavy
wreck
damage.
as well.
See if that
Yep.
causes a caution to come out.
Yep.
What do you think,
it looked
Bud?
like it looked like it was RJ Smitty got around, and maybe Buck too. Relax caution to that strict caution rule we're talking about.
Yep, no caution.
No caution.
We
That's
still got
gotta
another
suck for
stage to
flow.
maintain your patience, gather yourself up, and you know you're faster. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here in the Giggity Racing League at the elite level. Calm down, take a couple deep breaths, get back into your rhythm. This track is a big track, like a lot of tracks out there.
I don't know. This is the last stage, so that's unless the caution comes out, that's really going to hurt flow.
Do y'all know if any of these guys actually stream live so we can kind of get an idea of what lap they're on?
None of these guys I'm done. Let me check RKM. Let's see if he's got a stream going, but he's about the only one I can think of.
Back here watching Jake, and he is doing something not a lot of people have been able to, and that's gain on NoCo.
Yes, he
Good
is
for
streaming.
Jake. He is.
What's
We
his
are
name
on.
so we can look
We
it up?
are Ryan Morgan. We are on lap 30 out of 40.
Here we go. 2 to go.
30 out of
It's
40. We still got 10 to
10 to
go,
go,
not 2 to
buddy.
go.
Yeah, we got brass tacks and bronze air medals with 10 to
Yeah,
go.
if you would,
I
there,
can
just
guarantee-
keep us updated on the lap numbers.
I will. I got you. As we
No
see
comes out
Jake,
front.
here he comes.
Jake, that move. Jake's
Jake's
making
got
that
a
move on
heck
the
of a car
outside.
tonight.
Yeah, Jake has a really fast car here.
Yes, he does. He can just get off them corners and go tonight.
No offense there, Boomhauer, but I think that's that Chevy power. He's putting it down.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, I may love Fords, but I do drive a Chevy. It's a '99 Cavalier. She don't even have 130,000
Jack a
miles
little
on her
loose
yet.
goes in
So.
the grass. I think got a little bump from
Yes,
NoCo
he
there. I'm not
did.
sure exactly what
Yeah,
happened.
we got a
Well,
nice
see,
little
we've
bump.
got-
Banging and banging.
We've got all
For you
three
to-
of the NoCo drivers, NoCo racing team up front running 1, 2, 3 right now.
That looked like a little bit of the T-Clay
Wow.
line, as we call it, in putting Princess's leg. T-Clay knows how to make himself around the road.
Oh, is
barrier,
Ryan
like it's
Morgan,
been here in the dirt.
RKM. He spins around again.
NoCo's up. That's not a big surprise, but Jake is on a mission. 8
He
to
is
go.
fishing and
9 to
reeling
go.
them in.
Yeah, there he goes on the inside. Looks like NoCo he drove it in a little bit hard. The inside of him. Let's see who bicycles. Oh, it looks like Jake does bicycle. Jake does bicycle it as they come to Evil Knievel.
There's probably about 8 to go
what do you see,
here.
Fat?
Had to assume.
Nah,
I think Noka
they're-
is giving a little run for. Oh,
Oh.
Jake got a little loose there on exit. Oh, that's in the
Here
37
comes
car.
Trout.
It's
Comes
number
around.
37 of Trout puts it in there.
Throttle control is a big factor here. Throttle
Yes.
control is huge. It doesn't matter if you're on a pedal. It doesn't matter if you're on a controller. You have to be able to feather that thing. Right now, this would be a downshift to third for me. Let off, roll back into it, downshift the second right now.
No.
That-
Now you downshift. You downshift coming through that. You let that roll that way whenever you're making those corners.
Oh, Jake's a little loose.
Ooh. See, right here,
Everybody's
you should
got
be in
their own
third.
driving style, but like I
Yeah.
said, this is a third gear corner for me. If back
Stay
up,
in
this
it.
would still be
Yes.
third gear. I'd be on
Let
the
it
ref
red
limiter
line.
right here.
Yep.
Yep. That
Looks
chip,
like he
roll it down
downshifted
through
right there. Looks like he
I'd still
probably
be in
was
third
in
gear
fourth.
right here.
It looked like he was in fourth, downshifting back down to third again. That's the reason why it probably kicked sideways on him. It
Who
looks
you
like he
watching
down.
right now there
I'm on Jake right now.
on the chase cam?
Yep.
Oh, RJ going cut through the grass as they come up to okay. Well, this is definitely a second to first gear.
Oh,
Roll it back
RJ's
down.
in the grass.
Hit that second gear. Hit third gear. You should be about fourth gear coming through here. You're going to downshift to third, making that right-hander coming under that bridge. Where's our braking points at? Braking points
I
is
would say
another
right
big
as you're
thing
crossing
here.
under the bridge. Start slowing down now. Downshift as we see NoCo do. Roll
I
through
would say
here.
brakes.
It's so cool the sound quality of this game. Though
Yes,
you can hear that
it
when
is.
you follow these drivers. You hear these small block V8s just upshift and downshift. Second gear, back up to third gear, coming down the front stretch. Leave that in third gear. You can leave it into third gear, going all the way into almost Evil Knievel, where you just blip it up to fourth, back down to third, just real quick.
Yeah,
Jake is on a mission.
Looks like he might be able to catch these two orange bright cars in front of him. It looked like they're both getting on two wheels coming through these first couple turns after the checker flag.
We'll see. Also, if you're Noco, you got to be plumb tickled right now, knowing one that you're leading this race, but also to have your two drivers sitting behind you in second and third, knowing that you're going to, get all three of the podium positions right now. If it ended, the way it
Team
is.
Noco is on a high
Yes.
right now. They race good at Pocono. With good, yes. The Team Noco is on
Jake
it.
gets a little loose, gets a really big gap between first and second here. Let's see if he can hold it off. He's got a pretty good gap between him and the fourth place car. Hopefully he's not too loose to where he can't finish the race in the position that he is in now, though.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
think
this
that might
car
have hurt
might be falling
there.
off.
That. What are you seeing with the two? What are you seeing with the two leaders, Pat? Okay. Looks like Trout's right there with him, though.
All right, here we go.
So what's nice to see here is we saw
Battle.
Noco taking that last place there at Pocono. Now he's right back up front the next following race.
He's
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he had something to prove. He's not used to being that far back. Noco drives it a little hard, drives the bicycle, going through that left-hander, puts it up there on the right side. It's that long right-hander, full throttle right now, third gear.
As it looks like they're about to be coming up on lap traffic of Flo and RKM. Let's see if maybe Jake can use that to his advantage.
Trout's driving the wheels off of this old girl. He went high through Evil Knievel, left-hander corner right there.
Oh, Jake's driving the heck of... Oh, as he gets... Jake spins.
Oh! Trout is on it, though. He is driving the wheels off of that Noco. He has got the rear view mirror off. But here, something that we haven't seen for the leaders for a while, we got lap traffic coming into effect.
Oh, yes. Now, do you think Flo and RKM's just going to move out of the way and let Noco go by, or do you think they're going to battle him, try to take every position they can from him?
There's a respect issue out there amongst Giggity Racing. Let's see. That's a good question.
As
Got the
they're
42
coming up-
wicked gatekeeper in the pits here. Maybe everybody might have to go to a last final pit stop here, before
See
the
Jake in the
checkered
pit. We
flag.
see RJ in the pit.
As there is
That's
6
Trout.
laps to go.
That is something we did not think about and bring up in the pre-race conversation. That
Yes.
was lap traffic. How do you deal with lap traffic here?
Like we were saying before about this league, a lot of guys here have respect for
RKM.
each other. So a lot of guys just kind of, I think, get out the way and let the lead car go and not put up too much of a fight. They don't
Well,
have to. We see.
honestly, you also, you want to just say, all right, I'm having a bad race, just let them go. But also at the same time, any moment in time, a caution can come out. Two people can get together, cause a caution. So if you're RKM and Flo, you're doing your dangest to stay in front of one another. You're racing each other as hard as you can, as we see Noco coming to pit road
No, that's
along with
Trout going to pit.
Noco and Trout
Noco
both.
and Trout both together.
Yeah.
Now,
you
Jake,
said-
we noticed that Jake pitted before. You think he can catch up and get in front of them before this pit stop's over?
Let's find out. I'm following Jake right now. Let's see where he comes out. But as I was saying, if you were Flo and RKM, if Noco and Trout wouldn't have pitted at that very moment, you're racing each other for position, even though the leaders are behind you. So you really can't give up a whole lot of momentum, knowing that, hey, wait a minute, I need to be in front of this dude in case the caution does come out. If we
Here we
both
go.
get lapped.
Noco's out of the pits here. Let's see where Jake's at.
Jake's still running back here behind the 42 of Wicked Gatekeeper. As we see K-Taddy, don't think he's pitted yet. So I'm thinking there's still a lap down. As RKM does not have to pit. His
Can
tires,
you check the
though,
lap board there and see how many laps we got to go? Probably a lap ahead of what it says on there, but
yeah, RKM is showing, well, he's got his car status pulled up right now. He's got 5 laps of fuel left, which is plenty of fuel.
R Trout into the wall at Evil Knievel. heavy front end damage for A Trout. Excuse me,
A-Trout, yeah.
Trout. Yeah, sorry. Yes, Trout hit the wall, smack dab, bounced off, and he made a good recovery. But again, not a big aero track, but that will affect the way your car goes.
As we see the 43 of Jake get around the 20 of K Taddy. But
Noco seems to have a good car here, holding strong way out front.
yeah, I think that little bit of a problem that Jake had getting loose back there whenever he was running third behind Trout and Noco, it looked like, I hate to say it, but I think it might have cost him the race because I don't see anybody within 4 seconds of Noco.
Yeah, that
And-
shows you the big difference you can have with just a little bit of problems here.
Yes.
You know, you slap the wall a little bit, get a little slow. Guys in front don't make the mistakes. They can really get a head start on you.
Real quick, I just got a message from someone watching on the Giggity Racing channel. I'd like to say what's up to my buddy Don Buck from the great state of Ohio. OH, buddy, is a fellow Ohio buddy. Let's go, man. Good to see you. Thanks for having us.
And it just
Trout's
looks
still
like,
looking good, though.
yeah, he is, but it looks like just the way that Noco operates that Evil Knievel corner, I mean, it's almost perfect. I mean, he hardly ever messes up through there because, you know, he works, you know, late during the day, you know, on the week, you know, through the weekend and everything. But whenever he gets home, he spends so much time, you know, after hours, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, working on this car, doing everything he can to get this thing set up. So, I mean, it's showing it right now. I mean, obviously, if you're watching along, if you're following along, the way that he's just able to drive away from everybody, because I can barely, yeah, that's got to be a 4.5, 5 second lead over Trout. So I mean,
I really wish this racetrack or this game gave you a full victory lap, because if I won this
Oh, yeah.
race, everybody know what I would do for a victory lap. I would launch
jump,
that thing.
yes, jump that corner.
I would have the steering wheel hanging out the window like a monster truck.
I think Noco's got a big enough lead. He may be able to jump it and still win the race.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that much. It looks like Trout might be closing that door a little bit. As somebody jumped it, RKM jumped it again for the second time as it badly damaged that Pennzoil Ford. It looks
I don't think he has any FGs left in him, but because this is a politically correct show, I think you all know what FGs means. If he's
Yeah.
jumping that thing, he's saying send it.
It's also his home track. He wants to put a little show on.
Well, and who wouldn't want to get recognized at their own track for
yeah.
for an accomplishment well made? You know, we'll give him a 10.0 for landing.
Well, see, I've
Jay
got-
Smitty around sideways right before the last turn of the track. Got into the wall hard there. I'm not sure if it's going to bring out the caution or not.
It don't look like it will.
Watching Noco here. Let's see how many laps to go. Might be the last one right here.
If I'm not mistaken, there is 2 to go.
2 to
Noco
go.
going into
Noco's
the
looking
old
really
Evil
good,
Knievel
strong.
turn here.
Coming through the Evil Knievel, like I said, he just gets through it so easy.
Hit
I mean,
perfect.
You don't want to hit those rumble strips. You want to barely miss them.
yes.
Drift up, go to that outside, diamond it down, make yourself a good hard right turn. And Noco's been able to do that real well tonight.
Almost
Oh.
like Martinsville.
Correct.
And hits
Yeah,
the
that's
jump
almost like a
once
Martinsville.
again. RKM slamming that thing.
I think RKM's just in full sin mode. He knows his race is over. He knows he don't have a chance to win. He's just out there having fun.
He still
If
got
I
to get
was
some
him,
points,
I would-
though.
that's-
a good thing.
That's one way to. That's the only thing that's good with the Mustang there, Boom Hours. You just jump it.
All right, as we come to the Credit One Bank last lap, as Noco takes it, and he's coming down through here. Just the way that he drives this. I practiced with him earlier, and I don't have a setup for this track, obviously, because I suck at doing setups. And also, it being a road course, it's just, there's no way. I've got the brains for this mess. But just running
We
with
got
him.
a car spun around. Sorry to interrupt you, Boom. We got a car spun around right there coming out of that last left-hand corner.
That would be RKM again.
Yep. Sorry to interrupt you. Go
I
ahead.
hope Ryan Blaney
Here we
don't drive
go.
like that
Noco
Sunday.
on the back final straightaway. See
Here
if he
he
can hold this
comes.
lead and keep it on.
Oh, he's got about a 6-second lead. He ain't worried about nothing right now. The only thing in his mind is redemption from finishing last in that last race. So
You know,
for
it's
Like,
better to
literally,
finish
hit your
first in this
marks,
last
hit your
race.
braking
Yes.
points, hit your shift points.
so going from worst to first in one night, that's got to be big, especially because he knew he had a car to win. He could have challenged Smitty for it. It's just bad luck as we see NoCo Racing coming across, taking the checkered flag, winning at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
Congratulations to
That's it.
Noco. Great race, Trout. Great race to all the Giggity Racing League racers out there. It's such a fun track to race at.
Oh,
and
yeah.
once again, 2 races in 3 hours of nothing but bar banging, sit on the edge of your couch, nail biting racing.
All right,
Who's
so-
going to win?
So we're going to give them about 10, 15 seconds or so to let them finish this out right quick. And as soon as we get back to the main menu, we're going to go ahead and get Smitty, NoCo, Jake, and probably Taddy as well in here and discuss with them the events of the evening, how everybody's feeling and everything. So let's just give them a minute to finish this race out and get back to the lobby and back out so they don't inadvertently start another race.
I'm here to. I really would love to see what Jake has to say. He put on a great show for being a hot shoe race. He raced one hell of a race for being at Pocono and here. He let everybody know that he is capable of doing this. So let's see what his team captain has to say from here on out.
Yeah, guys, it's been a good night in the booth with y'all. Had fun, man.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a lot of fun here announcing these 2 really good races.
Fat and Clay, pleasure as always to talk with you. Boomhauer, great to announce with you for the first time for your first couple of races.
Absolutely.
This was for, Clay and
So the final
Fat's
running
first
order.
cup races. Man, they had and they did a great job.
Let me get this running order out the way. Official results. We got Trout, NoCo, Trout, Buck, Jake, Smitty rounding out the top 5. We got Wicked Gatekeeper, Taddy in 7th, Edtho in 8th, Checkmate Taylor in 9th, RKM in 10th, and Go With The Flow in 11th for our final running order of the evening. So, let's see if we can get those guys in this race tonight as Jake threw down the fastest lap time. Go ahead
Jake
and
had the
get.
fastest lap time for both races to see.
Yeah, let's see if we can get these guys in here.
Who do you need me to?
Smitty, NoCo, Jake. Let's see if we can get these guys in here and get a little word with them.
Alright, I suggest him. T-Clay, you'll have to go in and allow him.
Got you. What'd you think, Kate, Teddy? How'd your race go?
Man, road course racing.
You
Turn it
gotta love,
right, man. It's an exception.
yeah. You gotta love these road courses, man.
I tried pitting early. I come out in 5th
You,
after the pit stops.
suggest
And
the
then,
players to me.
Yeah, Justin.
yeah, I pitted early. I got up to 5th after the pit stops. Then Wicked and Jake were behind me. I'm like, I ain't going to give it to him, but I ain't going to pull over. Sure enough,
Yeah.
I pull over the next corner because I was loose, and they just both go by me.
Yeah, I saw RKM out there, man. He was having a blast. He was out
Man,
there.
he was in the chat. You know, he's the same thing. Road course racing ain't his thing. Whether it be Canadian, he's Canadian or not. He's like, I'm not causing no damage. I'm just going to have some fun. And that's
That's what we're telling the viewers
Oh, yeah.
about, man. It's all about having fun, especially
Yeah,
if you're
I
in the
mean-
back like that, you're not having a good race. It's all right to have a little fun.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the
Not taking
day,
out anybody else.
yeah, he wasn't wrecking nobody. It was all good. And that's what we're here for. Half of us are run here for, stress reliever at the end of the day.
Oh, yes.
That's right. You suggest those players?
Yes, T-Clay, did you accept him?
I've tried to. I don't see them in here.
You want to do it again there, Teddy?
Here we go.
Yeah,
We
no
got 'em
code
right here.
breaking city.
All right, he got him.
Right now.
All right.
I sent them an invite. Maybe they'll join me in. Maybe they won't.
I'm sure they will. They know the whole drill. These guys have been in victory lane before. They know how it works.
Yeah. All right, boys. Well, I'm gonna head out. Thank you for broadcasting. And,
Absolutely. Y'all put on a heck of a
see you
show
guys later.
tonight. And I
There's
appreciate
Smitty,
you.
there's
I
No
appreciate
Code,
you having me back in the
there's
booth tonight,
Jake.
there, Taddy.
Absolutely, bud. Thanks for being here.
All right. First things first, Smitty. How you doing tonight, there, man? All right. Yeah. Go ahead. All three. I'll go ahead and set your voice settings to always allow right quick if you ain't done that yet.
Alright, I'm good.
All right, man. Pocono. As I told the guys earlier, in that race, they wasn't aware of it, but I was. You hold the all-time lap record at Pocono, and that car showed it tonight, man. How in the world was you able to just drive all through that track? It didn't matter if it was on the long stretches, you had the top speed, you had the acceleration, the handling, getting in and out of the corners. That car was almost unstoppable tonight, man. How did you do it?
I don't know. if it wasn't for the gap that I built, like in the short run part, I don't think I would have had anything for Noco and them in the long run, had they been like right on me. Because that time Jake got by me, I couldn't run him back down.
But yeah, before that caution came out, going into tonight though, you only had one playoff point. You got the pole at Pocono. You got a stage win and the race win. That boosted you what? 5 playoff points? I mean, that's got to be big going into the later half of the season.
Yeah, I'm out trying to get everything I can.
All right, well, you
Smitty,
had
good
one
job
heck of a
tonight, man.
show.
Way to hold that team up strong. There you go, buddy.
Oh yeah,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Great racing tonight, man, and it was fun to watch you both race. I love watching you guys in Giggity racing.
Thanks, Puddin'.
I love hearing people say that. Thanks, Puddin'. It just sounds so sweet. All right. No co.
What's up, guys?
Man. I gotta say, your final run-in position from Pocono did not tell the tale. You had one heck of a car. I know this for a fact because I ran with you before the races started. But you just didn't get the end result at Pocono. But to go back and to be able to start the night and go from worst to first from Pocono to Canadian Tire, man, how did it feel?
It felt pretty good. I know unloading the cars off the hauler at Pocono, we had, like Smitty said, we had long run speed. We kind of worked at it between the weeks from last week, to this week before we got to the tracks. And I knew that we didn't have fire off speed at Pocono, which really, really killed it. But we rallied. It was a good effort tonight by everybody on the team. And as far as Canadian Tire goes, we had a really good race going. Definitely top 2 car at Canadian Tire. My protege Jake, he was up there the whole time, and unfortunately, with an untimely overdriving of the bus stop, he kind of took himself out of contention. But if it wasn't for that, I have no doubt it would have been an epic finish. Me and Trout, we battled it out there, and before the last sequence, he was right on me. It was tough to hit my marks, and had a couple of really, really crazy saves that had my heart in my chest, in my throat. It was pretty wild. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the tonight's effort. As far as the team goes, we didn't give up too many points in the championship hunt. I think we actually gained some more points, but overall, really, really happy with my team. And it was the first road course win for the Cup Series for my guys. So
Let me ask you something real quick. This is Puddin'. How do you maintain your composure, and how are you so consistent at every track we watch you at? Because you're always a contender.
I can answer that. This man's up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning every morning, damn, practicing still while everybody else is sleeping. That's how.
I mean, honestly, I got to attribute that to a lot of the pro league drivers. They've really put a lot of pressure on me in races I've been with them, and I've learned to handle my nerves well. At times, I've kind of, let them get the best of me in some races, but overall, I've just learned to be consistent and steady by racing against the best.
That's awesome to hear, and that's awesome that you're affiliated with pro league drivers. Because if you're going to take advice from anybody, you want to take advice from the best, not people that you're beating.
Well, as far as Giggity Racing goes, I mean, these guys, all these teams, man, they're really doing a good job, and I can see the speed in all the cars and the progression throughout the season. I mean, they've come a long way from last season, from the inaugural season. I can't take anything away from what any of the other drivers do on the track. Everybody deserves credit where it's due. It's just, minimizing mistakes and trying to put yourself in the right position come, the final lap.
Well,
I'm a
I
little
appreciate
winded,
the
guys.
Giggity
Sorry,
Racing League giving me
I'm
the
completely
opportunity to
winded.
announce you guys. Yeah, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to broadcast with you guys every week, and thank you to Kate Caddy for that. I can't wait to watch you more and learn from you. You guys are so fast, and it's almost just as much fun to watch and broadcast than it is to participate myself. So thank you again, man. Good luck in the future, and I will look forward to announcing you here in the next couple days, man. Thanks a lot for your
Definitely.
time, man.
We got
I
to
just want to
realize a
give
lot of
a
these guys are probably driving on wheels, so they really are actually tired. It feels like they actually just ran a whole race.
yeah, it definitely takes a lot out of you. But I definitely want to give a shout out to Jake, man. It was
Yes,
his first.
that's
It was his first race tonight in the Cup Series. I'm so proud of him. He's one of my drivers, and he's a really good driver, and he definitely deserves all the credit
He proved that
coming
tonight.
his way at both
yes.
tracks. Yeah,
Getting to the next driver.
he's definitely a really good guy, and he's a great driver. I'm just so proud he's on the team, and we're just going to work at it next week, and All-Star race is coming up week after. So you're going to see us have some fun and let it all loose there during the All-Star weekend.
All right,
I hope
man.
that I'm
Well,
there to announce it.
enjoy
This
your
is
night,
Puddin',
man.
Boo Howard, Clay, and Fat. Great to sit in the booth with you. Congratulations to our winners, Noco. Always a pleasure. I know that for a fact we will talk to you again here in the near future. Thanks for your guys' time, man. And for that, though, I'm going to say Puddin' out. Y'all be safe.
I still got to ask Jake, though. I still got to talk to this man now. Jake,
Yes.
as your captain was saying, it being, your first, race in the Elite Cup, on Wednesdays with the customs and everything. There was a lot of, there was a lot of word, a lot of talk going around about how good you were and how good you were running and how well you've been doing the Xfinity Series and everything. But to actually get up in there, actually get in the race with these guys, to be able to, I mean, you and Noco were about the only two people who actually had anything for Smitty at Pocono as dominant as his car was. And the first 2/3 of the Canadian Tire race, you were up there kicking butt until a couple, little, going in a little bit too wild mistakes going into the corners at Canadian Tire. How did it feel, man?
Felt good. The car was on rails. I mean,
Yes,
I
it
had
was.
no complaints about the car. We unloaded really fast for Canadian Tire. Still had to work on Pocono, but Canadian Tire, I knew that was going to be my chance to try to get a win, and I felt like I really did have a top two car for sure, and starting up front really helped, and the tires wore out really nicely, and I didn't really get loose at all. It's just that one incident coming out of that downhill up to that hairpin there. I just got too greedy trying to run back down Noco, and what I should have done was just be patient, and I spun out, got some 7 seconds worth of damage, and that's what ended it for me. And
I was about to say, was the pressure of it, knowing that, not just, the pressure of, okay, I got to do well or anything like that, but just the intensity and the drive, okay, I want to do well. I want to go out here and beat these guys. I need to prove my name. Was that the reason?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just simple looking at the track, looking at where the car is, and I just stepped on the gas just a second too early. That's literally all it was.
Yep.
I didn't feel any pressure at all because I knew I was fast. I knew I was going to get to the front at some point. So it was just a simple mistake. That's all it was. I didn't feel no pressure, no nothing from anybody, and
And
I
that's what
just
we call rookie stripes.
yep, rookie stripes. That's why I have them on there. So we'll come back next week and I'll show these guys what I can do.
All right. Well,
I'm a good clean driver, so.
aside from the night, yeah, you totally, as your first race, you definitely stepped up. You showed these guys that, hey, I can compete. You're making a name for yourself. But aside from just, running the Wednesday race, the Xfinity Series,
Yes.
you are, from what I've been told, like I said, this is my only, my first night broadcasting in 2 months. I haven't, been around a whole lot. But from what I've been told, you have been totally kicking booty in the Xfinity Series. All right.
It's a team. It's just a team. I mean, good
What's the
people to work with.
mindset knowing that you're at the All-Star break you're going in? What's the mindset going forward for the rest of the season? Is it just, okay, just don't make mistakes, just get good finishes? Or is it constantly, I need to win, win, win. I need to get myself in position, get high enough, just like Kyle Busch did this year in actual NASCAR, where the first couple rounds he didn't have to worry about finishing bad because he had the points to fall back on. Is that your same mindset, or is it playing it safe?
For me, any race, whether it be trucks, Xfinity Cup, I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna try my best to win them all, and because I have those extra playoff points, I know that there might be some situations where I might wreck here or there, but I know that I have the points to bank on. But in my mindset, every race, I'm gonna try to win them all. That's what I wanted to do. So and it's been working so far in the Xfinity Series. I got great teammates, Noco Racing, a great team to work with, great people to help each other out with setups and stuff. And I try my best. I'm here to win every race that I can.
He knows there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I put a lot of pressure on him. And
All right, well,
he lives up to the expectation. Same thing with Pendle. All my guys, they hold themselves to a high standard, and when they go out there on the track, they definitely they show that they belong out there.
All right, well,
yeah,
tomorrow
even
night.
Robbie's had some tough breaks, and we help him out the best we can. And he's definitely a top 5 car for sure. So
Oh yeah.
Robbie's an
it's just
awesome
good
guy.
team.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Robbie. But tomorrow night, you're going to have a challenge at Phoenix and New Hampshire that you haven't faced yet.
Yes, the custom setups. I am
No,
ready.
it's not just the custom setups. I'm gonna be racing tomorrow night.
Oh, you're gonna be racing tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See.
I definitely look forward to racing with you out there. The way that you dominated and you was able to kick butt tonight, I definitely look forward for the opportunity. You're probably going to spank me just like you did everybody else tonight, but
There's some
it's
luck
going to be
involved.
fun.
It's
Well,
not all skill. There's a lot of luck here and
yeah,
there.
well,
too,
my dad
so.
once told me to stay away from him because of my bad luck. So we'll definitely catch you tomorrow night, man. You had a heck of a run. I look forward to
thank you.
broadcasting more races that all y'all are involved in. NOCO, the way that your team, once again, just totally dominated tonight. At one point, y'all were running 1, 2, 3. All three y'all battling for the lead in both races. It was a heck of a team performance, and congratulations on it. And can't wait to do the next broadcast and catch y'all next week.
Well, thanks
Definitely,
for having
we appreciate
us.
it. Yeah, definitely. You did a good job. All the commentators, man. Y'all did a heck of a job tonight. And
Absolutely, I'm glad to be back. It feels good. I forgot this level of excitement watching these races, man.
Yeah, we need commentators.
I'm glad we got you back, man. It's good to have you back, and you guys did a heck of a job in the booth. And Jake, man, I'll see you back at the shop, buddy.
Yes, sir. We'll have some beers, and we'll go over the setups for tomorrow night, I guess. So
yeah,
we'll see you back there.
Debrief.
I might have to eavesdrop a little bit, but
All right, make sure to board up the windows.
All right. All right. Well,
all right.
Catch you later, man. Congratulations again tonight.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all enjoyed our broadcast this evening. Both of them from both races, Pocono and Canadian Tire Motorsports Speedway. Boomhauer 01, all my other associates have logged off, so it's just me in here, so I wish they could bid y'all farewell. But as y'all heard us talking about, tomorrow night we've got the Xfinity Series custom setups running at ISM and New Hampshire Motor Speedway. But hopefully whoever's broadcasting tomorrow night, I'm not sure who it is. Hopefully y'all will join in and follow along. It was great to be back tonight. I'm glad y'all welcomed me back with open arms, and I can't wait to do it again. But seeing how 5:30 in the morning and comes early, and it's colder than a well digger right now, uh, I'm gonna hop off here, go ahead and cuddle up my warm blanket, and I'm probably gonna get me some snooze hours. But it was great, being able to do this again. Again, thank y'all for welcoming me back. I had a blast tonight, along with my other associates, and ain't much more I can say other than congratulations to all the guys tonight. They put on two heck of a shows. Smitty, Noko, Jake, Taddy, Buck, Trout, they all did great tonight. So we will catch y'all again next week. This is Boomhauer01 signing off, wishing America good night and sweet dreams.